Hello Rangers, and welcome to Ranger Ruby YouTube channel. Today in this video I will be your guide to a national park guide. Let's go ahead and dive right on in. Now before we get on for the rest of the tour, if you will, to a national park guide, I'd like to state what guide we will be using. I'll be using the 8th edition of National Geographic's Guide to National Parks. If anyone were to ask me what national park guide I would recommend to everyone, this would definitely be it. It is, to my knowledge, the most recent guide and also, to my knowledge, the best. Okay, now so as you can see, here we have out the 8th guide to the United States of America's national parks. So on the cover you see this beautiful picture of Zion National Park, and if we open it up, you'll see immediately, as I conveniently opened up to, that this book is divided into sections. So if we go to the beginning of the book, you can see what sections they are divided up into with this map. So there's the Southwest, the Pacific Northwest, which I believe includes Alaska. There's the Rocky Mountains, the Midwest, South Central, and the East. So we are just going to do the first park, and that would be in the Eastern region. And before we get into the rest of the parks found inside this book, there is this map, and that's just the map of the East. Now, there is one thing I would like to note before we continue. Since the creation of this book, 2 new national parks have been added to the system. So I do believe there is a new guide to the national parks coming out soon due to that fact. It either is already out or it's coming out. I'm not sure. I'll let you know in the description. So if you open up, it is introduced to this park, Acadia. So you see the name in clear font, and then here you see a few key facts. You see the size, you see the date it was established, and you see the state it was located. Then you see a brief introduction as well as a picture of the park. There's some more info on things you can do, and then there's also this how to visit section. And it shows you several visitor centers, trails, hiking paths, all of that jazz. Then next, it will also show you some additional information about the park. There's always a few maps, a few pictures. It is a very detailed guide. You can find so much information in here. And this is just one park, with these few pages, may I show you. So here is the biggest map of Acadia. You can see the park has been outlined. It goes into different areas of the park, so if you noticed, here it says the western side of the park, and back here, again, it says the eastern side of the park, so it will be divided up based on where you're visiting. And then on the last page, it always shows this symbol, which each park has its own designated one more picture, as well as some extra information, such as how to get there, where to go, visitor center, headquarters, lodging, and camping. This is really useful when I originally started writing letters to national parks and I did not have access to the internet. So I could use this guide to help find the visitor center or the headquarters that I could write letters to. And as you can see, on each of these parks, it has the exact same layout. Very simple and very easy to understand in between parks. Now, one thing you may notice is that these parks are going in alphabetical order. And if you did notice that, you are correct. So it goes alphabetical order by section of the United States. So here, conveniently again, I flipped to the South Central section. And if you open it up, there has the overall map of the South Central, as well as a list of all the national parks in the state. So again, it is organized alphabetically, and all of the information is there. See here in Carlsbad Caverns, there's actually a map of the cave, and so that might actually be the way it is with all the caves, but it's very, very, very detailed. And I don't know about this edition because again, there are 2 new national parks added, but this guide has every single national park found inside it. So you can flip to any page and you'll find a ton of information, pictures, maps, and additional information about places in the area as well. And before we go, as you may or may not know, this is not the only guide in the National Geographic family. Here you can see we've got National Geographic's Guide to National Parks for the kids. This is the Centennial Edition. This goes into additional detail in a more kid-friendly, fashioned way, and it does not have every single national park in here, only a few big ones in each region, but it's pretty simple and it follows pretty much the same thing and theme as well. Each part has a few pictures, a few key information points, as well as a map. And finally, there is this book. I love this book. It is sort of a hand to the other guides that I've mentioned before, and it's called The Secrets to the National Parks. It's pretty simple. National parks organized by sections, and it's pretty much the same layout, except it goes into even more information, and even more little tricks and secrets that you might not have realized upon the first look at the guide or upon your first visit. Well, everybody, that's the end in today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up and comment down below with your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. Also, be sure to click that red subscribe button and the little bell next to it to always know when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching again, and I shall see you in another video. Bye!